Heck of a way to conclude the regular season. The annual battle for Paul Bunyan's axe and the trophy returns to Madison, as does a sixth trip to the Big Ten Championship Game. We'll check out some of the highlights from Saturday's game up in Minneapolis. This being Thanksgiving week, some of the Badgers will tell us what they're thankful for this season, and we'll have our weekly sit-down with head coach Paul Chryst. All coming up on today's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
Snap to Morgan. Badgers bring in 4. Morgan under some pressure. Hit as he throws. High pass picked off by Wisconsin at the 40 to the 35-yard line. Inside the 30 is Caesar Williams, and he's brought down by Rashad Bateman. At the 26-yard line, Minnesota territory. Caesar Williams gets the pick as the Badgers get pressure on the quarterback to help force the turnover. Jonathan Taylor, the running back. Cohen in the shotgun. Cohen takes a snap. Gophers sending heat. Jack lines up. Throws it down the right sideline. Taylor got it. Inside the 5. Touchdown, Wisconsin. The Badgers grab the lead late in quarter number 2. Cohen back under center this time. He'll take. End around. Here's Danny Davis. Has room to Pryor, rather. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Kendrick Pryor on the end around. Oh, what an answer by the Badgers. They lead it by 13. As Cone drops the throw. 4-man Gophers rush. Deep ball down the middle. Cephas got it. 10, 5. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Oh, what a throw and a catch. Cone to Cephas, and it's 16-7, Wisconsin. 4th down Gophers for their 48.5-yard line. 3 receivers left, 1 on the right. Morgan will give it to Rodney Smith, and he gets hammered behind the line of scrimmage, led by Zach Vaughn, and the axe is coming back to the University of Wisconsin.
Very proud of that group in the locker room and what they did. And, they came up here with one purpose, and that was to win this game and bring the axe back home. And it took a lot of people. And I thought all 3 phases obviously had a big hand in it. And I thought they did a great job of being resilient and just continuing to play. And played off each other, and obviously played for each other, and a lot of guys contributed to getting this victory.
Left side end zone, touchdown Wisconsin. It's popped loose and it's picked off by Wisconsin all alone. Here's to Taylor, he's gone. Touchdown Wisconsin. Ferguson catches at the 40, 35-yard line, makes a man miss. A big win for the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is presented by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
Ordering groceries online from Hy-Vee is easy, and how I save time, especially during the holidays. For me, it doesn't get any better. Hey, I'll pass the rolls.
Oh, nice. Please pass the gravy.
I got you.
No. I'll do it.
Hy-Vee aisles online. We deliver to Mahomes and your home for the holidays.
Does anyone need a knife?
No.
Winter in Wisconsin, it's a time for going all the way up and throwing down. It's a time for discovering something cool and gathering somewhere warm. Whether you want to spend winter inside, outside, or both, there's something for everyone in Wisconsin.
They are the ones who found a way to isolate a single prostate cancer cell hidden amongst a billion healthy blood cells. The ones pioneering advanced genomic testing in order to create personalized treatment protocols. They are the ones you want to talk to when the diagnosis is prostate cancer. They are the physicians and healthcare professionals at UW Health and the Carbone Cancer Center. UW Health. remarkable.
The Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or L Directors Cup on Twitter. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
3rd and goal at the 4. Morgan to throw, pops it up left side for Tyler Johnson. Broken up by Caesar Williams. Left corner of the end zone. More good work by the Badgers cornerback, and it's 4th and goal at the 4, and Fleck is going to go for it. Morgan to throw, looks, throws, left side, Tyler Johnson, broken up again, and it's Caesar Williams again. Oh, what clutch work by Williams as the Badgers turn him back, protecting a 14-point lead. 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Cone. They fake the end around, screen to the left. Groshek catches, it's bodies in front, 25, Groshek 30, 35, 40, up the sideline 50, Groshek to the 40, he's to the 30, 25, 20, to the 15, and brought down near the 10-yard line. Braylon Oliver, the linebacker, runs him down at the 11. Well, they tease an end around to the right, a screen to the left, and it's good for 80 yards. Jonathan Taylor back in there, and Cone will give it to him. Over the right side, inside the 10, inside the 5. Touchdown, Jonathan Taylor. And the lead is 20 for the Wisconsin Badgers.
It's a great feeling, man. It's no feeling like it. You know, the worst feeling in the world was them taking it, and the best feeling in the world is coming and getting it back.
It was a lot on the line this week, but really the main thing, the only thing that was on the line for us was getting the axe back. Everything else just fell into place, especially for the guys who didn't get the chop with the axe last year. It was for those guys. It was for the seniors this year, and we just had to make sure that we sent them out right.
I thought Jack was really good, and you know, kind of saw the field well, and I think didn't let the different, you know, the wind or, you know, kind of the conditions affect how he was going to approach it. And obviously Q was big, and kind of had that look right from the beginning that he was going to go attack this one. And I thought he did a good job of giving guys chances, and the guys came through with it. I thought, you know, he gave JT a heck of a chance, but JT made a heck of a catch on that one, and you know, we had a couple screens that ended up being big plays for us. A lot of guys contributing, but I thought Jack was really good.
Hey, we put in all work, man. 365 days, we didn't get that. And now we got it, man. It's a great feeling, man. We put in the work. We earned this. Straight up, we earned this. We earned this, man.
You know, losing it last year and seeing the emotions from all the guys and, you know, me personally and all the seniors, it was something that we wanted all year. Something that was always in the back of our minds, and more often than not, it was in the front of our minds during the off-season, things like that. But just to be able to come out and play a game with these guys, you know, it means everything.
This is where great things happen, where technology and discovery beautifully intertwine with compassion and care, where patients with the most serious of conditions come for the most successful of treatments. This is where you'll find some of the brightest minds in medicine, changing people's lives for the better. This is UW Health. And yes, this is where great things happen. UW Health. Remarkable.
Winter in Wisconsin, it's a time for going all the way up and throwing down. It's a time for discovering something cool and gathering somewhere warm. Whether you want to spend winter inside, outside, or both, there's something for everyone in Wisconsin.
2 minutes. That play that went out of bounds. The clock is stopped until the snap. And Morgan gets the snap, fakes the handoff under pressure, sacked. Jack Sanborn inside the 40-yard line of Minnesota. They will mark at the 39 on a loss of 10. And the clock will run with 1:35 left in the half. Danny Davis motions right to left, home back to throw, good protection, winds up, he'll heave it deep down the right side once. Quintez Cephas got it, ends outside the 40-yard line. First down, Wisconsin. Cone to Quintez Cephas. They'll mark at the 40-yard line of Wisconsin on a gain of 32. And Morgan takes a snap. Badgers bringing linebacker pressure. Gophers pick it up for a moment, and then Morgan's going to run out of time. The ball popped out. It's loose. It's live, and the Badgers will cover it up at the 18-yard line. John Chanel, Mason Stockey, the fullbacks. Jonathan Taylor at the back end. On second down, handoff, Jonathan Taylor. He's in. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Jonathan Taylor finishes the drive as the Badgers capitalize again on the Minnesota turnover as Wisconsin is pulling away here in the second half. As for the 6th time in the brief history of the Big Ten Championship game, the Badgers will be part of it, and they will fly back to Madison with Paul Bunyan's axe. It's over in Minneapolis.
Regular season wrapping up on Saturday in the Badgers' annual border battle with Minnesota. And as this regular season wraps up, you start to find out more and more about individual accolades. And when a team has a good regular season like the Badgers, you're going to have some who get certainly consideration for all conference recognition. All of that will be known later in the week. But Paul, you've got 3 guys who are in line for some of the major awards in college football: the Doak Walker Award, the Outland Trophy, and the Butkus Award. Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Biadasz, Zach Vaughn, all in that mix, and I would imagine you would think that they earned it. It doesn't happen, as you would say, but very deserving finalists for those honors.
Yeah, it really is, and that's something special. I think that to be mentioned in those conversations, I think is kind of sets you apart and doesn't just happen. And then, when you are getting to the point at the end of the season, and then you think about what each one has done. And if you want to start with JT, won the Doak last year. And yet that doesn't mean that it's going to happen again. And to play it the way that he played, I think says so much. And then, Tyler Biadasz, that, kind of the way that he's gone about his business from the very first time he was on campus to this point. And I do feel like it's very deserving. And there's a guy that, his nickname is Badger, and probably is as much what you'd want a player to be like at Wisconsin. It's as fitting as could be. And then, I've loved seeing what Zach has done this year. And it started, I remember him coming in before classes started, second semester last year, and talking about what he wanted to do this year. And there was a focus, and there was clear intentions, and then to prepare and act on it, and then have the season that he did. Again, different path to it, but really, I'm excited for all 3 of them.
It seems like with all 3 of them, it's not about them either, right? You talked about that with JT a lot, but like Tyler and Zach maybe fall in that category as well.
Yeah, and I think that's actually a big part of the reason why they are successful, is that the focus is really, and has been, about the team and those around them. And each one of them knows that it doesn't happen on their own necessarily. It takes part of it. They each own it. They each have an unbelievable work ethic. They each have a great compete level to them. And obviously they have confidence, right? When you do well, it builds confidence. But they are what you want out of your best players, and that they deliver, and they deliver oftentimes in big moments, but the team matters most. And I do think that helps even in the individual. And you kind of mentioned it earlier too, that I don't know that you have, and we used to talk about this, and I think it's true, that you're not up for these awards if your team isn't also successful. Zach, if we don't have a good defense, Zach is not talked about. And I think it's pretty neat with JT and Tyler, probably both go hand in hand. I don't know if JT or Tyler gets the recognition if they don't have each other, and certainly for JT, it's the whole line. But it's pretty neat how that works. It still is about the team, and yet it's made up of individuals, and those 3 individuals really deserving.
That might be the coolest part of it, because no campaign is required. There's no elaborate marketing approach. It's production, team and individual. It's pretty good.
Yeah, and that's maybe been lost a little bit, right? Because you see so much, and there's so much talk that goes on, and it is, like you said, kind of a production. And you certainly want the word out, but the best thing that's happened is, why is JT in it? Because of what he's done on the field, and I think for linemen it's a little bit harder when you don't have stats, but I think when you look at, and that's what's neat for Tyler to be recognized for the consistency that he's played, and then when you watch the film you certainly notice it. And then Zach, I think it's a combination of individual stats, but playing on a really good defense.
And certainly other players have progressed, and we don't have the time to touch on all of them, but just the way Jack Cohn has continued to grow. Quintez Cephas, you could start there, you could probably keep going, but that's been a pretty good quarterback receiver relationship.
It has been really good, and Quintez and what he's meant to this team, certainly in his play, but as you know, he means so much to this team in so many ways. Another guy, both those two, Jack and Q, extremely unselfish, and I think they're confident who they are, but I think that's the best trait that Jack has, is that he will do anything for this team, and by approaching it that way, I think that he has gotten better and he has improved, and it started last year. He was kind of thrown into some situations, and guys take note of how someone handles that and the response, and I think nothing bigger than what he did in the bowl game, and playing in it, and the way that he played in it, and then the work that he put in the off season, and then it's kind of neat when you talk about those two. I think they both need each other, and those two, and like you said, there's a lot of guys that have meant a lot to this team. Otherwise, you don't have the success that we were able to have this year. But it's those are some great names to mention and talk about.
About a minute left. For your younger guys, I've got to think this has been priceless, this stretch drive of the regular season. I know you guys do a great job of not making a game bigger than it is, but these are pretty big stage games here. And as they continue to progress, if they play a little, a lot, not at all, at least this is what it's all about here in November.
I think it is important, and they do need to witness it and also see it up close, kind of how you got to go about it, and the consistency that you have to work. And you can go back to the middle of the season. What do you got to do? What do you have to sometimes overcome to get to where the games in November mean something? And November, we've talked about November football because a lot of people in the beginning of the year, they've got all these hopes, they've got all these aspirations, but there's a toughness, a mental and a physical toughness that if you're going to play well in November, you've got to have. And I think for younger players to be around that, that's important.
All right, the Badgers concluding a very good regular season. Postseason football, of course, on the horizon. Coach will check back in a few minutes with the question of the week. Stick around.
There is a boy who likes tractors and trains, a boy whose heart was far too strained. He was sick, you see, with a heart that broke. His heart needed fixing, his family needed hope. Enter our doctors with their newfangled tests. Enter our teams whose care is the best. Healthy and happy, the little boy's back, playing with tractors and trains on his track. UW Health and the American Family Children's Hospital. Remarkable.
Ordering groceries online from Hy-Vee is easy, and how I save time, especially during the holidays. For me, it doesn't get any better. Hey, I'll pass the rolls.
Please pass the gravy.
I got you.
I'll do it.
Hy-Vee Aisles Online. We deliver to Mahomes and your home for the holidays.
Does anyone need a knife?
We certainly hope everybody had a chance to enjoy a warm and most importantly safe Thanksgiving holiday weekend. We had a chance here recently to catch up with a number of Badger players, and we got their thoughts on what they are thankful for this season.
Thankful for family, friends, and health. One of the biggest things is, this team is, part of the family. It's part of my family. Thankful for my friends, friends back home who supported me, since day one. And then thankful for health. We're able to play this game and we're all healthy.
my life and the opportunity I get to do every single day with these guys. And they are truly my family, and they are my brothers, and I do anything for these guys and for my family back home and all my friends and family. Like it's big, and can't say it enough. Really appreciate how far they've helped me along the way, and couldn't do this journey without them.
I'm lucky enough to see my family every Thanksgiving, and I live close enough, and my mom lives in Madison now, so we won't have a hard time this year.
The biggest memories is in our high school, we actually play on Thanksgiving. So the biggest thing, we play Woodstown every single year on Thanksgiving.
Being at the dinner table, chopping it up, and we're just like cousins and stuff you haven't really seen in a while, and just come together. It's always great seeing those guys.
When I was back home, we used to do like a little turkey bowl, like with all the kids against all the dads. So the dads kind of beat up on us when we were young, but then as we got older, we kind of beat up on them. So that was always a good time.
I think the biggest thing is, you're in the middle of a game. In high school, you're focused, you're locked in, and as the clock is winding down, it's always cold, and then you remember, hey, it's Thanksgiving. Yeah, then you can't wait to get back home and get some good food. And those are some of the biggest moments is, when there's only one piece of dessert left and, you've been waiting for it.
I would say my grandma's, both of them, my grandma's stuffing.
Sweet potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes.
I'd say turkey, obviously, and then I'm a big mashed potato guy, and some gravy's good, so I really like it all.
Yams, turkey, mac and cheese, greens, all the food, everything you can imagine, food and love.
Winter in Wisconsin, it's a time for going all the way up and throwing down. It's a time for discovering something cool and gathering somewhere warm.
Whether you want to spend winter inside, outside, or both, there's something for everyone in Wisconsin.
The Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or L Directors Cup on Twitter. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is presented by UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
Time for the question of the week, and Jim down in Janesville wants to know, Paul, how much involvement, if any, do you have in terms of bowl discussions?
I am so fortunate in a number of ways to, one, be coaching here, but to be the football coach with Coach Alvarez as the athletic director, because there is no one better in the country than Coach Alvarez. And I really do believe it. I don't know all the people in it, but I remember being an assistant, and he has a great sense of the bowls. One thing that he's done, I've learned from him, is when bowl people come, wherever you go, when you're at a function with them, you reach out to them, and it is a partnership. And he, if there's a bowl representative in town, he is making sure that they are well taken care of, and yet the relationships then become authentic and real. And so, fortunately, I don't have to do a lot because we got the best one in the country in Coach, and I really do believe that. And I think part of the bowls now are, they're kind of slotted, but I think there still is enough of the bowls where, relationships matter. And if there's a choice, I feel like we'll always get a favorable decision out of them because of really the relationships that, starting with Coach Alvarez, and I've learned from it, and we all try to do the best we can with it.
Yeah, no doubt. He enjoys doing it, and he is really good at it. We thank you for the question of the week, and we thank you for watching this week's installment of the Badger Sports Report.
Ordering groceries online from Hy-Vee is easy, and how I save time. Especially during the holidays. For me, it doesn't get any better. Hey, I'll pass the rolls.
Please pass the gravy.
I got you.
I'll do it.
Hy-Vee aisles online. We deliver to Mahomes and your home for the holidays.
Does anyone need a knife?
No.
They are the ones who found a way to isolate a single prostate cancer cell hidden amongst a billion healthy blood cells. The ones pioneering advanced genomic testing in order to create personalized treatment protocols. They are the ones you want to talk to when the diagnosis is prostate cancer. They are the physicians and healthcare professionals at UW Health and the Carbone Cancer Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
Progress is an endless challenge. Here at the University of Wisconsin, we're a community of innovators in constant motion. We think on our feet, connect with each other, and hit our stride, pushing past limits. Progress is an endless challenge, but it is only those up to the challenge who change the game.